Making a game is hard. No, not the programming part, but making a map for a said game. You see, back in ancient times, games were flat, 2D, really easy to make maps for those games. But now, mostly every game is 3D. And that's sort of a problem because recently I made this stupid video showcasing a VR version of Deltarune. You know, not expecting anything to happen. But that video, sort of blew up. And now, everyone wants Deltarune VR. Everyone also wants to do unspeakable things to Rouse. Let's go over them, shall we? Okay, hear me out. Rouse. No one, and I mean no one, is hearing you out. But he's fluffy. Let me hear you out. Nah, I get you. He's cute and fluffy on the surface, but he's freaky inside. What the f? When I get Deltarune VR, I'm gonna go to Rouse as quick as I can, and I'm gonna... And he'll never... Again. First thing I'm doing is looking up Rouse's skirt thingy. Bro, Deltarune VR? Rouse better start running. Wait. How old is Rouse exactly? Anyway, back on topic. At first I was like, y'all want Deltarune VR? Get this channel to 100k by the end of the summer and I'll do it. Everyone wasn't happy. So then I loaded to 50k. Lil bro isn't getting 50k. So you know what? Screw it. I'll make Deltarune VR. A demo version though, to try to get some YouTubers to play it. Because we're not at 50k, nor 100k. So no one's gonna know about this game right now. So I'm gonna try to make a video every 2 weeks explaining what I add to the game. So you guys get to see what I'm working on, and I have a reason to keep working on this game and not be lazy for a week. All I ask of you though is to subscribe and not skip any ads during this video. So let's see what I did this week. So to start this week, I started making Toyo's house because that's where the planet spawns at. I spent a couple hours making Chris's room, which turned out pretty good. Now you might be asking, just the game dev? What happened to the props like the bed, computer, those sort of things? Well, don't worry, I'll add those later. We're just making the layout for the house for this episode. Next, I moved on to the hallway, which was pretty simple. I just rotated the walls so they would be 3D, and the hallway was basically done. I started working in the kitchen / living room after this. Now, they were kind of angled weirdly, so I tried my best fixing those in 3D, and it turned out pretty good. Same thing goes for the bathroom. So now our house was basically done, but then I realized I screwed up the layout. Spoilers for Deltarune Chapter 4, but at the end of the chapter, Toyo and Sanj are dancing in the living room while listening to some music. Now, this might not seem like nothing right now, but when Chris goes into their room, you can still hear the music. So that means Chris's room is above the living room. So my map layout is completely wrong. So I spent like 3 hours fixing it, and now we have a completely accurate 3D model for the interior of the house. Now we have to make a 3D model for the exterior of the house, which was pretty easy to make. I mean, obviously it would be. Everyone knows what that house looks like. What the f? Now that we have our house in Unity, I slapped the door in it because duh, houses have doors. And doors are pretty cool, not gonna lie. I mean, they open and close. That's sick. So I created this code to open the door using radius and gizmos, cause why not? I love complicating things. I could have just used a trigger to open the door, but I really get to use the radius function on this channel, so let me have this, please. I then put the interior of the house in Unity, and then I start creating this portal features so you can seamlessly teleport from the house to the inside of the house. And at first, things were looking pretty good when you open the door to the house. It didn't even seem like you were looking directly at a flat plane. Then I went into VR mode and everything messed up. The illusion looked awful. So I found this add-on in the Unity asset store called Stereo Portals in VR that says it can do the same thing I was looking for, just not teleport the player, which I already had. So I downloaded it and everything's purple. Yeah, that's fine. That's really fine. I didn't even want portals in my game anyways. Yeah, we can just nuke this whole portal thing because it's not gonna work, chief. I was pretty tired of working in Unity, so I went back to 3D modeling and made this tree. I also made it sway with this code I wrote for the trees for the field of hopes and dreams. Now, I was gonna keep this map, but it looks pretty bad, so I'm gonna remake it to seem like an astral field. I also made this leaf for some reason, so it can fall out of a tree. You know, for immersion. Just look at the way it sways. Now, that's a leaf. After that, I went back into Unity and hooked up this 3D tile map, so you know, I can make tiles. I then proceeded to make tiles for 3 hours. I had to cut them up and export them one at a time. And that's not even all for the overworld. I gotta make a sidewalk, some dirt, and this. What even is this? Since we had our tiles in, I started placing them down. I put the trees in the game, and I made them able to spawn leaves. Don't worry though, the leaves despawn after 10 seconds. And now, without further ado, let me show you the finished result. This just looks beautiful, yo. I mean, look at those leaves. The trees are swaying, everything just looks so nice. Like, I'm literally just getting hyped looking at this scene. Really cannot wait to make the full game. If you haven't already, you should subscribe. I mean, just look at this. 10 out of 10, amazing. Okay, I'm actually glazing at this point. We still got a lot to do, and not to mention how bad I marked the trees. Just look at the default for this tree. It's not supposed to be black. I mean, if I add like 100 of these trees in this scene, my PC would actually catch on fire. Oh god, oh no. So, to fix this, I added occlusion calling. Now, what is occlusion calling, you may ask? Well, imagine occlusion, right? Now, imagine it calling. Now, if the player isn't looking at a tree, it despawns. And that's all I did for this week. Hopefully by next week I'll be able to complete like half of the town. But we'll see. If you want to support the game, why not donate? If you can't do that, then subscribe, like, and comment. We're so close to 10k thanks to all of you guys. So if you do subscribe, you'll technically be an OG for this channel. And you also help with the algorithm so it picks up this video. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.